Question 12 about polynomials. So it's quite obvious in part A to find out A and B because they tell you that x plus 1 is a factor, which means when x divided by x plus 1, then the remainder equal to 0. The remainder, that means f suitable x, which is -1. We have no remainder. That's the meaning of factor is equal to 0. So after that, they tell you that when x is divided by x minus 2, the remainder by remainder theorem is suitable x2 is equal to 9. So we start from these two equations. Part A given when fx divided by x plus 1, the remainder in this case is equal to 0. That means f -1 is equal to 0. In exam, you just directly start from this equation is fine. I just want to explain clearly. So, and when fx is divided by bracket x minus 2, the corresponding remainder in this situation is 0, 9. So f2 is 0, 9. So we have two equations, and then we start substituting x in these two equations. We got equation involving a and b. Then we expect we use simultaneous equation to solve it. So let's see. -4 something power 3 plus a plus 2 bracket square, and then plus 2 something minus 3b. We replace all the x by brackets, and then we replace one by one. -1 here, -1 here, -1 here. Some of your mistake is you know what to do, but your calculation is too poor. Most of you get this two sentence, but maybe less than half of you can accurately simplify this one and then get the equation we need. This one is +4, and then plus a plus 2 minus 2 minus 3b. I don't make this detailed step. Try to solve it by yourself. A minus 3b is equal to -4. We get the first equation. A minus 3b is equal to -4. We do similar thing for this part. So -4 bracket power 3 plus a plus 2 bracket square plus 2 bracket minus 3b is equal to what? Is equal to 9, not 0. Equal to 9. So this time we replace 2. So this one will be -4 times a -32. 4 times this bracket, 4a plus 8 plus 4 minus 3b is equal to 9. So 4a minus 3b, 12 minus 32 become -20, and then plus 20 here, 29. 4a minus 3b equal to 29. So no matter you use calculator or solve it by yourself, 4a minus 8, because this one and this one are exactly the same, we just simply use this minus this, is equal to this minus this. 29 plus 4. So 3a is equal to 33, a is equal to 11. Since a minus 3b is equal to -4, so 11 minus 3b is equal to -4. 3b is equal to 15, b equal to 5. Then we already finished part A. Quite disappointing that many of your calculation skills do not support your calculation below and cannot get the correct answer of A and B. More practice or double check will improve the situation. In part B, gx is the quotient when fx divided by this quadratic expression, and then someone claimed that the equation of this one, we are talking about equation of this one, not equal to 0. Many of you just simply think that fx equal to 0, something like that. Most of the question they ask you like this, but in this question they tell you the equation is this one, and then you should start from here. Has more than one variable, something like that. Okay, so if you have no idea, at least you know A and B, and you should try your best to know more about the original function fx That's why we are going to update the information. Fx is equal to negative 4x power 3 plus a, which is 11, plus 2 x squared plus 2x minus 3, which is 5. So negative 4x power 3 plus 13x squared plus 2x minus 15. And then what is gx? They tell you that gx is the quotient when fx divided by this. In order to get the quotient, of course you are going to use the long division. So when fx divided by, no matter how long, you just copy square plus 2x plus 3. You can use a long division. Fx is negative 4x power 3, 13x squared plus 2x minus 15. And then this is negative x squared plus 2x plus 3. Whenever you perform the division, you are focusing on the largest power term. So negative 4 divided by negative 1, we got positive 4. X is left. So after that, 4x times everything here. Negative 4x power 3, 4 times 2, positive 8x squared, 4 times 3, positive 12x. Final step, we subtract them. Becomes 0, obviously. This is 5x squared. 2 minus 12, we got negative 10x, negative 15. So we just repeat the same procedure once again. 5 divided by negative 1, we got negative 5. So negative 5 times this, we got exactly the same thing. Negative 5 times this, we got negative 10x. Negative 5 times this, we got negative 15. We have no remainder, which means that no matter this one and this one is the factor of these questions. It's not necessarily no remainder. It's just because the question designed like this is not exact. And the quotient, this is called the quotient. That means they just simply tell you that gx is equal to 4x minus 5. So gx is equal to the quotient here, 4x minus 5. Sometime maybe some remainder, but this time we have no remainder here. And then after that, we already know gx, and then what is asking is about these equations. So we are going to solve the equations. Solve kx times gx, that means 4x minus 5 is equal to negative 4x power 3 plus 15x squared plus 2x negative 15. So this one, we already know that this one can be factorized as this time this one without any remainder. So of course we prefer this format. 4x minus 5 times something negative x squared plus 2x plus 3 is equal to kx times 4x minus 5. I teach this kind of question for lots of times. Whenever you're solving some equation with power 3 or above, the best method is factorization, which means you should group everything to one side. So we move this one. That means both sides minus kx times 4x minus 5. We have to ensure that we have equal to 0, so we can use the zero product rules to solve the equation. After that, we try to factorize it. I can't accept two terms here. I must group them to one term. So extract 4x minus 5, a big bracket. First term, this one is left. So negative x squared plus 2x plus 3. The second term, we move this bracket, only negative kx is left. So negative x squared plus how many x we have? 2 minus k times of x plus 3. To solve this equation, either this bracket equals 0 or this bracket equals 0. 4x minus 5 equals 0, x is equal to 5 over 4. If not, then negative x squared plus 2 minus kx plus 3 is equal to 0. Of course, we can't get the exact value of x because we still have this unknown. And the question is not asking what is exactly the root, but you just need to analyze whether the root is real or not. So even though you don't know how to continue, at least you know we are talking about delta. Consider delta equal to b squared something squared minus 4ac. And then we see whether this one is larger than 0 or not. Because no answer should be written outside the margin, so I have to ask for one more extra paper. It's included in your examination fee. Feel free to ask for extra paper. And then this one, b is not only 2 but 2 minus k. A is -1, c is 3. So we are considering 2 minus k squared plus 12. And this bracket, the nature of square ensure this must be 0 or a positive value. On top of it, we add some value, so we have already enough evidence to say that this one is larger than 0. The minimum is 12. So since delta is larger than 0, no matter what is k, we know that there are two different real roots. In this part. Together with this real roots, we have 1 and another 2. We have 3 real roots together. So they're asking you, is that more than 1? Then of course our answer is yes. Therefore 3 real roots in total. The claim is agreed, more than 1. So that's all.